So guys, today back from a video on the channel. Today we're here for an Nufc news video. I've done these last season and it's basically information where I don't think it's worthy of making it into a separate video. And in today's video we're going to look at transfer targets, players who have left the club on loan and didn't sign for the club, players who are looking to sign, about friendly games, the training picture, the training information. So everything in this video for NUFC news. Make sure to leave a like, lads, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see some weekly thing on like a Sunday, make sure to do, because I can record these every Sunday until the season starts, so I will be doing that. Anyways, lads, we'll start off by looking at the transfers and like targets that Newcastle United are looking at. So make sure to leave a like, lads, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the video now. So Newcastle United are yet to make a summer signing. We have signed Mark Gillespie on a free transfer, but we haven't made a first team signing, and we need to sign one. We've only got less than 3 weeks until the season starts, and we've been linked with loads of different players from loads of different nations, loads of different leagues, and we do need to sign some players, in my opinion. We'll start off with the first one. We will do the players who have left the club. So starting off, we will do Freddie Woodman. He signed for Swansea on loan. This was a little bit ago. I didn't make a video on it because I didn't think it was massive news. But he also signed a 3-year contract with the club, and he hasn't had a first game appearance in the Premier League yet. And he is our number 2 for this season. It will be Darlow, unless Darlow leaves, it'll be Gillespie. But it's great for Freddie Woodman. I'm surprised that he actually signed a 3-year deal with Newcastle, with obviously not having much game time and whatnot. But it's Swansea. He's doing great for them, and he will go down in history for them because he's been a fantastic keeper. Got them into the playoffs, made some fantastic saves, and I'm sure if any Swansea fans are watching this video, you've got a great keeper on your hands, and I'm sure you do want to sign him because he had an unreal first season with you, and he'll have a good one with his second season with Swansea. Next up is Valentino Lisa. He signed for Mönchengladbach. Oh god, I probably butchered that, but he signed for Mönchengladbach on a loan option to buy for about 14 million, I think it was. And he discussed his time at Newcastle and basically said that before Corona happened, he was very happy at the club. He felt like he really settled in. He was getting good game time, and then since after that, it went downhill. Like Bruce was playing Matt Ritchie over Lazaro, which I think was stupid. And some of the games he was playing, some of the games where he actually got a start was when we got beat 5-0 to City, and he came on as a sub. Most games he came on so against Bournemouth, got that unreal chip goal. But against West Brom, he was fantastic in my opinion. We looked a threat going forward for once, and we had that attacking threat in Lazaro. And obviously with everything happening, he didn't play when the football did come back. But I appreciate him. He done well for the club. It's just unfortunate that he didn't get enough game time from Bruce, and he's got a point to prove now. He'll be going to Mönchengladbach and showing Bruce why he should have been given him more game time. So best of luck to Lazaro, and yeah, batting Germany for him, batting the Champions League, whilst we're probably just trying to stay up. Now we're going to be looking at the players that we're going to be trying to sign in the summer transfer window. Starting off with a player who has been linked with the club for a little bit of time now. It's McKennie from Schalke. Obviously, he's teammates with Bentaleb. Bentaleb obviously going to go back to Schalke and not get much game time. McKennie, decent American centre midfielder. He's a little bit like Isaac Hayden, but I would much prefer Isaac Hayden and Shelby and the Longstaff brothers. I don't really think we do need a centre mid. If Jeff Hendrick signs, he can play wide, he can play in the midfield. So I don't know why we're going after a lad who's £20 million. Well, obviously, it's also Southampton who are linked with him. And if he does go to Southampton, I won't be that bothered, because I don't think we really do need a strong centre midfielder, because I feel like our centre midfielders are really strong. With obviously Jeff Hendrick going to be signing. We'll get onto him in a second. Callum Wilson has been linked with the club. He's been linked with loads of clubs. He's been linked with Palace, Fulham, Leeds, Tottenham. Any club who are looking for a striker have looked at Callum Wilson. It's the most obvious player. We know that he can score goals in the Premier League. We know he's just been relegated with Bournemouth, and we know that we can pick him up on a good deal because he's just been relegated. If Bournemouth stayed up and clubs were trying to go on after him, they would be doubling the price range on Callum Wilson. So I feel like if we could go after a good striker, it'd be a no-brainer. But what's going to happen? We do need a striker. one position we definitely need more than anything is a left back. We haven't got a fit left back. Yes, we've got Paul Dummett, who's recovering from a really long injury, but is he even a left back now? He's been playing more in the centre back role. Yeah, he can play left back. Obviously, he played left back for a good 4 or 5 years at Newcastle before the wing back system came in. Then Rafa moved him into a centre back role. Jetwell Williams is available on a free this transfer. A free. He was valued at £10 million. 10 million. We paid 10 million for Yoshinori Muto, who doesn't get game time, but then we can get Jetwell Williams potentially on a free. It's a no-brainer for me. We need Jetwell Williams signed up. That link up at Maximin was the reason why we were 2 points off Europe in December. After that Southampton game. That's the reason why we were so close to having a much better season. And then when he got injured, we started to go a little bit downhill. And fair enough, Danny Rose he wasn't terrible at Newcastle, but since the lockdown, he put on a lot of weight, and he didn't have his heart at Newcastle. With some loan players, you either have your heart at a club and you really want to do well to prove that why you want to sign for them. But I think Danny Rose just thought, I'm a Champions League player. I've been in the final of the Champions League. I've been in the World Cup. Do I need to really be playing with Steve Bruce at Newcastle United? No. That's what I think. And Jetwell Williams wants to sign for the club. You can see that. He hasn't changed his Instagram bio from Newcastle United player. And he's already announced saying like thank you to the club and that, and he's back with Frankfurt, but he's still got on his bio Newcastle United player. He wants to sign for the club, and for me it's a no-brainer. And next up it is Lozano from Napoli. If we got this lad on a loan, it would be unbelievable. He was at PSV 2 seasons ago when he went to Napoli last season, and apparently they rejected a bid from Everton so they can send him out on loan to Newcastle. If we got this lad, it would be honestly unbelievable. It hasn't been on Sky Sports or anything like that, but for me, if we got Lozano, oh my god, that would be unbelievable. I'm not going to look into too much into that because it's very unrealistic, but if we got him, absolutely unbelievable. And the final one we all know is Jeff Hendrick. I thought it was going to get announced today. It still might. Watch me record this video and it gets announced. So I'm recording this at 2 o'clock on Sunday, so Jeff Hendrick hasn't been announced. Cyprus has confirmed that he's basically going to sign, so it's just a matter of time waiting for him to sign. When is he going to sign? Like, we might as well announce him. We're looking at an embarrassment not signing a player in this window, so sign him up. Just announce it, Newcastle United, right? It's not hard. Just do a little announcement. He's probably got his photos taken yesterday, because apparently he's going to get announced yesterday with Matty Longstaff's deal, but we'll have to wait and see for Jeff Hendrick on a free deal. We know he can play right mid, left mid, centre back. He can even do a job at right back. Very versatile, which is good for a player. Let's see what he can do when he comes in a Toon shirt. But that's it for the transfers that I've got at the minute. Let's move on to our pre-season matches. So Newcastle United at the minute have got 3 pre-season matches coming up before the Premier League season starts. Coming up next Saturday, we've got Barnsley at Newcastle United training ground. So we went away, we went to York for the week and a bit, and we're going to be training there. And then we've got a friendly against Barnsley, which should be an interesting game. And we've got Crewe Alexandra on a Tuesday night, I think it was. I think Bruce said that it's not going to be like a proper friendly match, like 90 minutes. It's going to be like where every player gets 50 minutes, I think he said. So it'll be like 120 minutes where it's just an all-round runabout against Crewe. So we'll see what happens there. And then Middlesbrough, obviously we know Borough, we're sort of rivals with them. Haven't played Borough in years, so we've got Borough as well. They're the only pre-season games at the minute. The only absolute confirmed one from the club is Barnsley. And obviously Crewe is been said on the Twitter and whatnot, and same with Borough. But on the website it's only got Barnsley, so I don't know what happens there. But we'll have to see obviously what happens with that. Obviously behind closed doors. The start of the season is going to be behind closed doors. And when I talk about the training, I'll talk about the situation with the fans going back, because I do know a little bit about it by reading it. So yeah, but let's go on to the training now. So obviously Newcastle United have been training out in York, like I said before, and we've got teams going to Portugal, wherever, right? Costa Rica and Croatia, some other Premier League teams. And we're going to York for 2 hours on the train. But we've had a decent little run there. You can see some pictures on screen whilst I talk about it. It looks good for the players finally getting back together after a long, like, not terrible in the way how the football has happened with a break and whatnot, but obviously with the training and whatnot, there's only one player who isn't there, who isn't fit. It's Fabian Shaw. He's still recovering from a dislocated arm or elbow or collar. I can't remember what it was. It was his arm, and it's been dislocated, and he's recovering from that now. Players who were back though, which is great for Newcastle United: Kieran Clark, Paul Dummett, Jamal Lascelles, Florent Lejeune. All the centre backs are pretty much back, apart from Fabian Shaw. Everyone's pretty much back. Matty Longstaff obviously going to be training with the team again. Sean Longstaff. We've got Maxi back. We've got Miggy smiling all over the shop. We love that bloke. And we've had a decent little run in York. So that's it. Out with the training. I'll talk about the behind closed doors and when we're going to be going back and whatnot. So this was said on the, this is apparently going to be happening on the 3rd of October, where a third of fans are going to be allowed to go back into Premier League Stadium, obviously in a social distancing way, where it's going to be so different. And I would much rather keep it behind closed doors until everyone can go back, because it's not fair. It isn't fair, and it'll be unfair for the older people who have watched Newcastle United for years and they want to try and go in, but since they might have, you know what, like they're much more vulnerable to have the disease and whatnot, because it's still going about Newcastle. Because I haven't really spoke about it and whatnot, but people just think it's back to normal now. The shops are open, everything's back to normal. It's not, right? We've still got to take control of this virus, and we've still all got to take the measures, stay social distancing, and just stay safe. Because if we can go back to Premier League matches, and if I can finally do the vlogs again, it'll be weird, because I'll be sitting here and then Josh will be bloody 3 seats down because they'll obviously block off each seat. But we'll have to see what happens if I can go back to the matches, if I can start doing the vlogs again. But that is the end of seeing this video. Sunday. Let's hope Jeff Hendrick gets announced. Let's hope we can get a striker in, get Williams signed and whatnot. But lads, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Watch the videos all in the description and whatnot, and I'll see you all in the next one.